Safe mode. Have you ever downloaded an application that immediately caused your device to freeze, crash, or act incredibly sluggish? Safe mode is your built-in escape hatch. When you boot your smartphone into this diagnostic state, it temporarily disables all third-party applications you have installed from the store. It only loads the core system software that came with the device. This is incredibly useful for troubleshooting. If your battery is draining extremely fast and you suspect a rogue application is the culprit, booting into safe mode will give you a definitive answer. If the battery drain completely stops, you know one of your downloaded applications is causing the issue. Entering this state usually involves holding down the physical power button and then long pressing the digital power off prompt on your touchscreen. Once you are in, you can safely uninstall the problematic software, restart the phone normally, and get back to your regular routine. Custom ROM. To understand this concept, you need to know that Android is open source software at its core. This means independent developers can take the base code, modify it heavily, and create their own customized version of the operating system. A custom ROM is exactly that, an aftermarket version of Android that you can install to completely replace the factory software your phone shipped with. People have been creating these since around 2009. Today, in 2026, many tech enthusiasts install a custom ROM to keep their older hardware alive and secure. If you bought a flagship phone back in 2020 and the manufacturer stopped sending software updates years ago, you could install a custom ROM to get the absolute newest security patches and interface features. It also offers incredible privacy benefits by keeping the phone free from corporate tracking. Bloatware. When you walk into a major carrier store like AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile and purchase a brand new smartphone, you might notice it comes preloaded with a bunch of apps you never asked for. This pre-installed, often unwanted software is what we call bloatware. It takes up valuable storage space, clutters your app drawer, and in the worst cases runs in the background, draining your battery and consuming your monthly data allowance. Manufacturers and carriers include these apps because they're paid to do so by the software developers. While some of these apps can be uninstalled like normal, many are baked directly into the system partition. That means the standard uninstall button is completely disabled, requiring advanced command line tools to remove them entirely. Stock Android. This term refers to the purest, most basic version of the operating system, exactly as Google designed it, completely free from heavy manufacturer skins or customizations. When you buy a phone from Samsung, you're getting Android running Samsung's One UI, which dramatically changes the look of the settings app, the notification shade, and the system animations. Stock Android, on the other hand, is remarkably clean, fast, and smooth. Devices like Google's Pixel phones offer an experience that's incredibly close to stock Android, focusing on fluid navigation and fast updates. Many users strongly prefer this clean approach because the interface is highly optimized and rarely stutters. If you value a lightweight operating system without unnecessary duplicate apps competing for your attention, choosing a device that runs stock Android is definitely the way to go. Developer options. By default, Android hides a massive menu of advanced and experimental settings from the average user. This is done to prevent people from accidentally changing a critical system setting and ruining their phone experience. But unlocking this hidden menu is surprisingly easy. Simply open your Settings app, navigate to the About Phone section, and tap your build number 7 times in a row. A message will pop up congratulating you on becoming a developer. Once unlocked, this menu gives you incredible control. You can speed up your system animations to make your phone feel significantly faster. You can tweak Bluetooth audio codecs for your high-end wireless headphones. Most importantly, you can enable USB debugging, allowing your computer to send advanced commands directly to your phone. Bootloop. Imagine turning on your phone. You see the manufacturer logo, maybe a short startup animation, and you wait patiently for your lock screen to appear. But it never does. Instead, the screen goes black, the phone vibrates, and the manufacturer logo appears all over again. This endless cycle of restarting without ever reaching the home screen is called a boot loop. It happens when the operating system encounters a critical error during startup, causing the phone to restart before Android can finish loading. Since the same error occurs every time it boots, the cycle repeats indefinitely. Boot loops are usually caused by installing an incompatible software package, a failed over-the-air update, or corrupted system files. If you regularly modify your device, encountering a boot loop is almost a rite of passage. Thankfully, most boot loops can be fixed by booting into recovery mode and performing a factory reset or reinstalling the operating system. Rooting. In Linux, the operating system Android is built on, the root user has unrestricted unrestricted administrative access. When you buy a smartphone, you're given a standard user account with limited permissions. You can install apps and customize your device, but you can't access protected system files. Rooting is the process of gaining those unrestricted administrator privileges. Once your device is rooted, you have complete control over virtually every file and function on the system. You can install powerful system-wide ad blockers and automate your phone in ways that simply aren't possible on a stock device. However, that level of control comes with significant risks. Rooting may void your warranty, depending on the manufacturer. It also changes Android's built-in security model, which is why many banking apps and mobile payment services refuse to run on rooted devices to help protect your financial information. APK, this stands for Android Package Kit. You can think of it like an .exe installer on Windows or a DMG file on a Mac. It's the standard file format used to distribute and install apps on Android. When you tap the install button in the Google Play Store, the store quietly downloads the APK and installs it for you in the background. But one of Android's biggest strengths is that you're not limited to the official App Store. You can visit a website, download an APK directly to your phone, and install it yourself. That process is called sideloading. Many Android users sideload APKs to install older versions of apps after an update changes the interface or removes a feature they like. It's a powerful feature, but downloading APKs from untrusted websites is also one of the easiest ways to accidentally install malware. Bootloader. Before Android even begins to load, the bootloader takes control. It's a small but critical piece of software that initializes the hardware, performs basic system checks, and then hands control over to the operating system. Think of it as the ignition switch for your car engine. Out of the box, nearly every smartphone sold comes with a locked bootloader. A locked bootloader will only boot software that's cryptographically signed by the manufacturer. This is an important security feature because it helps prevent unauthorized software from running if your phone falls into the wrong hands. However, if you want to install a custom ROM or root your device, you'll first need to unlock the bootloader. Doing so disables those boot verification checks, making it possible to install modified operating systems and gain deeper control over your device. Flashing. In the world of Android modification, flashing simply means writing new software to your device's flash memory. Whenever your phone installs an official software update, it's technically flashing updated system files in the background. However, among Android enthusiasts, flashing usually refers to manually installing custom software using a computer or a custom recovery tool. You might flash an entirely new custom ROM to replace your operating system, or a small modification package to customize parts of the interface, like the status bar. The term comes directly from the flash memory used to store your phone's software. Flashing requires careful attention because installing a file that's intended for a different phone model can leave your device unable to boot. Recovery. Recovery is a separate, lightweight software environment stored on its own dedicated partition. Because it's completely separate from the main Android system, you can boot into recovery even if your phone won't start normally or is stuck in a boot loop. The stock recovery that comes with your phone is fairly basic, usually offering little more than a factory reset. But the real power comes from installing a custom recovery. A custom recovery provides a touch-friendly interface packed with advanced maintenance tools. It lets you create a complete backup of your entire device, so if something goes wrong, you can restore everything exactly as it was just minutes earlier. It also allows you to flash files directly from your phone without needing a computer. Kernel. Every major operating system, from your desktop computer to the servers that power the internet, relies on a kernel. On an Android smartphone, the kernel acts as the bridge between the hardware and the software. When you tap the screen to open the camera app, the touch is detected by the hardware, the kernel processes that input, and then communicates with the camera hardware to capture and display an image. It also manages essential functions like battery usage, CPU performance, memory, and wireless connections. Android enthusiasts sometimes install a custom kernel to fine-tune their device's performance. For example, you might underclock the processor to reduce power consumption and extend battery life. OEM Unlock. This is a specific toggle found in the developer options menu we talked about earlier. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. Turning this option on doesn't actually unlock the bootloader. Instead, it simply allows the bootloader to accept an unlock command from your computer later. For many Android enthusiasts, this setting can be a major source of frustration. In the United States, some carrier-branded phones are sold with the OEM Unlock option permanently disabled. This makes it much harder to modify the device by preventing users from unlocking the bootloader. That's one reason many Android enthusiasts recommend buying factory-unlocked phones directly from the manufacturer instead of through a carrier. Brick. When a complex software modification goes horribly wrong, a boot loop can be frustrating, but a brick is far more serious. The term means your smartphone has become completely unusable, essentially turning into an expensive glass and metal brick. There are two main types. A soft brick means the phone still powers on, but the operating system is corrupted and can't boot properly. In many cases, it can be recovered by connecting the device to a computer and reinstalling the software. A hard brick is the worst-case scenario. The phone won't power on, won't vibrate, and usually won't be recognized by a computer. Recovering a hard brick device often requires specialized hardware tools, and in severe cases, professional repair or even motherboard replacement may be necessary.